there is an urgent need to repeal the HALT Act. Right now we have correctional officers all throughout this entire state and other prison staff who are being assaulted even more. We have even more inmates who are being assaulted because of the HALT Act. Our correctional officers, while we are here right now, are struggling in prisons all throughout this entire state to be able to do their job, to maintain good order and discipline. I was raised in a law enforcement household. My parents were divorced and remarried. I spent my week inside of one law enforcement household. I spent my weekend inside of another law enforcement household. My running mate, our state's next Lieutenant Governor, Allison Esposito, just retired 24, 25 weeks along, years along a 40-year career in the NYPD. Her father was the NYPD chief. Allison would have become an NYPD chief. And she retired for this run. It's as personal as it gets for all of us. I don't know how this is acceptable to this governor to stay silent on this issue while she's seeing correctional officers getting their ass kicked inside of our prisons. We have inmates who are getting roughed up. She says she wants to fight for inmates, and her only solution is to say we can't call them inmates anymore. We have to refer to them as incarcerated individuals. How is this acceptable? You want to be the governor of the state of New York? And you're not going to have the backs of our men and women in law enforcement? We're not talking about them just being pushed around a little bit. We're not talking about some little scratch. 6 people in one facility in 1 week here in Elmira last month. 10 correctional officers in another facility in one particular incident. I had somebody contact me from Franklin County saying that in their area, one of their prisons, in the first 3 weeks of HALT, that they had 28 correctional officers who were assaulted. Where is this governor? How is it an option to go through your day today and not say or do anything about it and think that you're just going to check this box by calling inmates incarcerated individuals? There are issues that are important to the state. There are issues that we can prioritize. There are issues that we can be passionate about. It's a diverse state. You can take different positions. We can disagree. We can have debates. Even solitary confinement isn't what it used to be. They say because of the HALT Act, it limits the use of solitary confinement for 15 days. And people might think of solitary confinement like what you see in the movies or what it once was. Even solitary confinement isn't what it used to be. Because of this new law, you have inmates who are going around assaulting our correctional officers. And I'm tired of waking up on a Monday morning and reading some story about some captain in Rikers Island having a stab wound to his throat. How does this governor not say anything about this ever? Here's some stats. Since the April 1st, 22 implementation of the HALT Act, the data, they call it data. They don't mean like these are all individuals who were assaulted. Just call it data, numbers. Well, the data shows the attacks on correctional officers and other prison staff have increased over 35%. Violence between inmates has increased about 30%. At Elmira Correctional Facility, as I pointed out, there were 6 correctional officers who were assaulted in 1 week last month. 2 officers were injured on July 20th when an inmate first punched one officer in the face through his cell door. As he was then being taken to the infirmary, he hit an officer in the chin with the back of his head before kicking other officers and staff. On July 22nd, when cell doors were open for evening recreation, Mascopa said another inmate charged out of his cell and hit an officer in the face and grabbed him around his waist. Another officer then responded to help to bring the inmate under control, but the inmate reportedly broke free and hit the second officer in the eye. The third attack happened on July 24th. An inmate who returned to his cell suddenly hit an officer multiple times in the face. The officer put the inmate in a body hold, forced him to the ground, and put handcuffs on him. This month, an inmate was attacked and required 18 stitches. These are just a few of the examples of this one site. We couldn't even wait another week to be here. We couldn't wait another month. This can't wait until after the election. I don't even know how Kathy Hochul can go to sleep tonight without putting out a statement today to recognize the failures of the HALT Act, to state exactly where she stands on fixing this, and letting New Yorkers know whether or not she's going to have the backs of our correctional officers and our prison staff. I'd like to introduce our state's next Lieutenant Governor, Statistical.